Welcome to CNR's Participant Education Program, Preparing for Retirement. Over the next few segments, we'll cover the retirement landscape and what it looks like today for people entering and planning for retirement. We'll discuss saving for retirement, spending before and during retirement, and some important information to consider when you're making your investment decisions. The retirement equation. There are a number of questions to consider when planning for your retirement. Before we get started, here's some questions you may want to answer for yourself. What are your retirement goals? Do you know where you want to live or the lifestyle you'd like to have? For example, do you want to spend your time traveling, or would you rather save up for a big purchase such as a new car or timeshare? How many years until you plan to retire? How far out are you from retirement? Planning investing 10 years out compared to 40 will look completely different. How much in savings will you need? The average American spends less in retirement. Think about your current salary today. How much less of your current salary can you live with each year? Do you need the full 100% of what you make today? If you think you will need a level of income close to your current salary, do you have any options to supplement your income in retirement? How much of your paycheck should you be contributing each month? When answering this question, remember that even a small amount of saving is better than none. However, there is no magic number. It all depends on your specific needs and responsibilities. When should you start setting aside money? Yesterday. The earlier you begin to set aside even small amounts of money for your retirement, the more time it has to grow. This idea is more powerful than you would expect. Planning for retirement can often feel overwhelming because you have varying levels of control over key factors. For instance, you can often control how much you save, how much you spend, and what types of investments you put your money into. You do have some control over your longevity and when you plan to retire, but no one can control how the stock market will perform or correctly predict what tax laws will be when you retire. Making the most of what you can influence can mean the difference between a comfortable retirement and not being prepared. There's a lot to consider, and your choices today have a significant impact. We'll cover each of these in more detail in the following segments to assist you in thinking about your investment choices. Planning for retirement is different today than it has been historically. Life expectancies have increased, which means you're going to need to accumulate more savings to support yourself and achieve your goals in retirement. A common response to this need is, "Oh, I'll just work longer." Yet current statistics show that while many retirement-age people are planning to work beyond age 65, only 23% of current retirees actually do. With these longer life expectancies, when you begin to claim or use your retirement savings and benefits, such as Social Security, can have significant effects on your retirement lifestyle. While many people want to keep working later in life, not everyone is able to. In 2015, 60% of retirees said they retired earlier than they expected because of health problems or some type of disability. It is very important to have a backup plan in case you aren't able to work as long as you might like. Hope for the best, but plan for the worst. No one can stop accidents from happening, and our health is never entirely in our control. Properly preparing in advance will help you reduce the probability that you or your loved ones are left in a bad situation. Planning for some retirement flexibility can reduce stress when approaching retirement age. You should be able to enjoy your retirement, not spend it worrying. If you look at the top chart on this slide, you see how the long-term trend is more and more people staying in the workforce and are working at older ages. The bottom chart shows some of the most common reasons for working well in retirement. It indicates that people's attitudes toward retirement are changing as more people are working for positive reasons. Many people continue working to stay active and engaged rather than for strictly financial reasons. The point is, if you're working in retirement, it should be because you want to, not because you have to. Proper planning and saving early can help reduce the chance of that happening. Life expectancies in the U.S. continue to increase as Americans get older. This chart shows a probability that 65-year-olds today will reach various ages. For a 65-year-old couple, there is a 47% chance one of them will live into their 90s, meaning their retirement will need to last over 30 years after they may have stopped working. So what does this mean for you? This means there's a decent chance your retirement savings may need to last longer than you planned. Remember that you are saving not just for you, but also potentially for a significant other. Many workers at retirement age often switch to more conservative, less risky investments. But with the possibility that your retirement funds may need to last you 30 years beyond the date you retire, you may want to consider putting some of your money into investments expected to grow over the long term, or at least grow faster than inflation. Some of you may be asking, how does Social Security actually work? The short version of the story is this. Social Security benefits are paid out on a monthly basis to retired workers and their surviving spouses who paid into the Social Security system during their working years. That portion you see taken out of each paycheck today should be waiting for you in retirement, but you get to decide when you start claiming this benefit. What surprisingly few people know is that if you wait to claim your benefit, even by just a few years, it can mean a big increase in the size of each monthly payment. The top graphic illustrates these trade-offs for people who are eligible to take Social Security benefits today. For someone in their 60s, starting to claim Social Security at 62 can take away over 6% each year from what that person could have received if they had waited until age 66. Delaying the date at which you start claiming benefits brings in a much higher total amount. Waiting to age 70 can mean 32% more in a benefit check than claiming at the full retirement age of 66. To summarize the top graphic, someone who claims their benefits at 62 receives only 75% of what they could have if they waited until age 66. And if that person had held out till age 70, they could have received an additional 32%. The bottom graphic shows the trade-offs for younger individuals who will be penalized even more for early claiming. To recap, that 4-year difference of waiting to claim at 70 instead of 66 is the equivalent of an 8% return on your money each year. As the Social Security framework stands now, waiting to claim is one of the best ways you can increase your total retirement savings. Let's take a look at what the dollar differences can be when claiming Social Security at different ages. This example assumes a maximum benefit of $2,788 per month at age 66. In the table, we are assuming the individual is aged 62 this year. If this person claims at 62, at the earliest possible time, he or she could receive up to $2,092 per month. When you add that up, it totals $25,104 each year in Social Security benefits, given the assumptions below. If they chose to wait until the full retirement age at 66, the monthly benefit increases to $2,788 per month, or $33,456 per year. And if this person was able to hold out on claiming benefits until age 70, he or she would receive $3,680 per month for a total of $44,160 per year. While it is not always possible to delay taking benefits due to a variety of reasons or circumstances, if you are able to wait to claim, it can allow you to claim a significantly higher amount of money from Social Security. If health or potential longevity are a concern, then it may make more sense to claim Social Security benefits sooner. This is an example of one of many benefits you need to consider in your retirement planning. If you want to learn more about other planning strategies, please contact us. In the next video, we are covering saving for retirement.